Okay, today I'm going to show you a very simple but brutal ear training exercise that was shown to me by Mick Goodrick. Basically, what he wanted you to do was take a tape recorder. Now, of course, we use, digital interfaces and all that. But essentially, take a tape recorder, put a metronome on, and record 2 measures of random chords for a minute or 2 every single day. And I think the goal was to have a tape that would be eventually 10 minutes long. And then what you would do is you would put the tape on and you would try to improvise over the changes as they came. And oftentimes, as you'll see, these changes will be non-functional and non-diatonic. And of course, the idea is that you'd forget what you had played after a certain point and after these tapes had gotten to a certain length. And I know that I heard stories about people in his labs who were the top players, at the time at the school, who would be fumbling all over the place on this exercise. So you have to forgive yourself because you're going to play a lot of really bad notes, of course. Okay, so I'd say when starting out this exercise, you might want to just use triads in the beginning. Then maybe move up to 7th chords, and then, chords with a lot of tensions on them, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this using a part of a track that I made with random chords. I'm going to do it at a slow tempo, and I'm going to play a lot of wrong notes and probably make a fool out of myself, but it's for the greater good. So here's a demonstration of that ear training technique. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the logic file where you can see that I recorded this track on 2 separate occasions here, and I did this last week, so the lesson would be a little bit more organic when I approached it. Full disclosure, I played over it a couple times before I recorded this, but a couple tips to get you started here. So the first thing that I do when I'm doing this exercise is I look for the root motion. Okay, so a couple times you'll see me check the root before I try to play anything. And then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I can just hear it right off the bat. And that's usually the case for me with dominant 7 chords for some reason. The second thing that I check for is the quality. Is it major, minor, or some type of alteration? There was a couple diminished chords in there, for example. So I can just hear those. They stick out like a sore thumb. And then I can play from that language. And then the third thing is listening for the qualities in terms of the extensions, okay? So I think it was the 3rd chord in this sequence. I heard the sharp 11 right off the bat, especially the way I played it. I put it at the top of the chord. So I think it was on an A flat with the sharp 11. So right away I was like, okay. And you can see in the track I really emphasize it so you can get a sense of what the chord was. Okay, so that should get you started on this exercise, and I hope you have good luck with it.